Hey, yo, what is good? All right, so Halo Infinite just dropped an update for September 22, 2022. Yeah, anyways, they're going to be talking about all the things we can expect them to be coming out with. I obviously it's going to be about what's been delayed. Uh, and honestly, before this event even started, I tweeted that I'm feeling kind of indifferent about what comes out from today's 343 announcements. We've already seen all the stuff through all the various leaks over the last little while. So is there anything that can really surprise me? I doubt it. And honestly, co-op campaign really doesn't. It's not something I care for. It's anything that interests me. So I just want them to fix what's there, man. I just need to see everything being. I need timelines on when things are gonna be fixed. But honestly, as much as I care for timelines, like what difference does that make? Like I'm gonna just go play something else because that's what we do. Anyways, see what they're talking about here today.
And today I am joined by special guest Joseph Staten, head of creative at 343 Industries, and newcomer Sean Barron, head of Halo Infinite's live service. Guys, welcome. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Brian. I'm glad you got the hot seat, Sean, because you're the
Honestly, this guy's body language is. I don't know if you guys see it here. Hold on, let me
most
move the
important
screen.
guest today.
I should probably just get rid of my. You guys don't need to see my face. Check this guy's body language right here, man. He seems very much off. Fuck. I'm totally gonna start. Now they know who I am. They're totally gonna start harassing me on Twitter. It doesn't seem like he's very comfortable here at all, but we'll see. Maybe he's just camera shy. Who knows?
Yeah, feels good.
Now, Sean, you've been at 343 for quite a while.
That sigh. It feels good.
Yeah, feels good.
This guy. I swear to God, his body language is kind of like, fuck.
But I think safe to say it's your first time on this side of the fence, certainly in front of the camera. So just help us understand a little bit about what you do and what your role is here on Halo Infinite.
Sure. Really focused on everything that Joseph's gameplay team is not focused on. So when you come into the free-to-play experience, everything that is not maps, modes, or gameplay items like sandbox or weapons, that's my team. That's what we're working on.
Hold on. Let's hear that
Modes
again.
or gameplay items like sandbox or weapons, that's my team. That's what we're working on. That's our focus. And we also drive a lot of the
So this is the guy we gotta blame for the multiplayer experience right now. Really, it's like, yeah, that's all my bad. That's what I'm hearing right now. It's yeah, I'm responsible for all the stuff that you guys been complaining about.
Excellent. I've got to give you props. Very strong jacket game.
Thank you.
This is my uniform. I've had a lot of mileage in this jacket, but
Yeah.
that, if I'm not mistaken, that is the brand new entrenched Halo Gear reward program jacket.
pretty good.
That
I appreciate that every time they do this stuff, they always take a moment out of their time to like drop a link to their merch. I don't know why I find that a little like, man, you guys are multi-billion-dollar like in this company. I don't know if you guys gotta be dropping and hinting at your merch all the time. You're really hoping to just like cop. It's like they're selling merch to really support the game at this point.
Guys, before we look ahead to the future, I think we just want to take a moment to acknowledge we've had some challenges since launch.
Yeah.
Joseph, last time you and I were here, we talked about a roadmap that had a season 2.
Honestly, at this point, they can't even not mention you know, the setbacks and just how far back and how far behind it is. They're honestly at this point, they're just trying to get like, we the community or the Hill community are just kind of like, the teacher. You're like, listen, we know we promised you that we'd hand our assignment in, but look, I'm really, really working on it. I just need a bit more time. And knowing full well that, we got the easy teacher who just wants to get the final assignment in before the year ends. So,
And speaking of a lot more work to do, I think, Sean, you and your team over the last few months have been pretty heads down behind the scenes, working on plans to sort of get us back in position and help us really achieve our vision and our players' vision for what they want out of Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
So we'd love to kind of hear from you on how are you thinking about the future of Infinite's live service?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. So before we
Let's get
actually
at
jump
it.
into that, I want to talk a little bit about how we thought about our priorities for the player first. I think starting with why you're doing things and why you care about those things is probably the most important thing that we could do as a team. And so for us, when we look at where we were going, what we want to achieve for this service, what we want to achieve for our loyal players, because we have a lot of them, it's super clear that our number one priority needs to be achieving seasonality. Now, what does that mean? It means we need to get our players more of what they want, and we need to get it to them faster and with more consistency than we have. 2 seasons a year doesn't cut it. It's just not going to cut it. That's not what our players deserve. It's not what they expect. It's not what
Reduce
the
season
team wants to
times.
do. It's not what I want to do. And
More
so when we
seasons.
say a seasonality, like We want to get it under 20 weeks. We want to get it to 13 weeks. Ideally, we're doing 4 a year. We're not going to be there right away, but this is a service, and that is the number one priority that guides everything we do.
So
it's like getting
4 years the goal.
faster,
We're at 2.
getting that out
Obviously,
there as
that just
quickly and
leaves
consistently
3
as we can. So
being what
that
we're gonna
number
get.
one priority from a player perspective is achieving seasonality. And then we have these 4 other sort of player priorities, I would say, that dock under it, that guide how we think about what we're prioritizing and the features that we want to develop. And so some of those are, driven by what the team is really passionate about, but many of them are also being driven by what we very clearly see the players want and need from this experience and what the team wants to deliver for them because they care deeply about them.
Yep.
So the first one is we believe our players deserve a Halo Infinite where it's infinitely rewarding. So players need to be able to feel rewarded for playing no matter what they play.
I like that wordplay.
The second one is actually personal and welcoming. So we believe that players need to be able to feel like they belong and can express their Halo identity in
Does that mean we're adding pronouns? I feel
we
like
also
that's the
want
easiest thing they
an
can do that
experience
would
that's
really
competitive
justify
and
that.
fair. We are a very competitive game. That's our DNA. That's who we are.
As much as I
right?
want
You
them
go
to be
back
like,
all the way
we're going to do more
the very first
cross-core
Halo,
to make
right?
cooler
Multiplayer.
things.
I mean, it is a highly competitive game, and so we want an experience where players can expect that the game is competitive and fair, and skill and teamwork should be a path to victory, right? The path to victory. That doesn't mean abandoning social players. That's not what that means. But it is about fairness and competition. The last priority is stable and high quality. We want players to expect a smooth quality experience with a very few technical issues. We've really fallen down there, I think, from a PC perspective. We can do better. The team wants to do better, but that's
I
just
like
an
that.
example. This is the way that the team is thinking.
I like that. We really want to make PC gaming, a better experience, but we're not there. So we're not going to get any updates on that. It's something that they're definitely going to try prioritizing in the future. Just don't expect it soon.
About it. The things that we're prioritizing, and I would say across the lists that you see here, this is really what we want to deliver. Versions of improvements here, versions of features here, to make significant progress on all of these things by the end of 2023. The goal here really is to start.
Hold on. Avenues for showing off experience and skill in customization. So progression would do that. I also feel like with the whole Halo.api and Halo Tracker stuff, I feel like they just want to make Halo Waypoint and have like that player card thing that they used to always have come back in a bit more announced ways.
Progress on all of these things by the end of 2023. The goal here really is to start a new dialogue with the community, to provide fewer promises and more information. Like that's the goal, right? And so if we change this, and we might change it because it's a service and our priorities are going to change based off of what we see happening with players, what players tell us they want, what we know we're excited about developing, new things that like maybe someone prototypes and we're like, yeah, let's put that in. Like those are going to change some of this. But for right now, this is where we're going. And the goal is to get it done by the end of 2023. The first one, and we'll
By the end of 2023, so all of next year. We just got another, that's quite the ways away.
dive into this a little bit more later, is Match XP. Like that's one I'm really excited about, and that's about really rewarding players for playing Halo, right? And so we're gonna talk about that. Another one that I'm really excited about is career rank. We're gonna get some of those in. I'm really excited by what I've seen from the community and their interest in our customization and the way that they're interested in using it and the things that they've been accepting of. And so we're never going to abandon like the sort of canonical Halo look. That's never going to happen. Like we will always make Halo look like Halo. But we need to be able to support other like personal preferences, other identities that people want to show, right? And you see a lot of services doing this. This is the right way to do it because it should be a community. It's a social place, right? It is a place where you create and manifest your own identity. And so we want to create more distinctive options for customization, give people more choices, more ways of getting things. And that's a
Cross-core. That's what I'm hearing, cross-core.
big goal of ours. Another one that's really big for me is finding ways of, and this is the more intuitive and personal playlist options in UX. And so we're going to talk, I think, a little bit later about custom game browser, but that's one really important thing. But how do we take, a challenge where we've got a lot of playlists and Halo has a long history of many options that you can play, right? Player choice is a big deal in Halo. How do you take that and combine it with all of the challenges that exist with skill-based matchmaking or matchmaking in general? Like that's a
I got a solution for you. Listen, you get rid of skill-based matchmaking overall, and pubs just get rid of it. Problem solved. Don't gotta waste resources on trying to figure that out. Just some people will get pub stomps, some people won't. Sometimes it'll be randomize it. Like honestly, right now we just gotta get rid of these like 2-3 minute wait times for some people. Some people 10 minutes. Just get rid of it, and especially pub and customs altogether. Just get rid of it.
server input and matchmaking options, and obviously anti-cheat. Like that's a big deal, especially on PC, like a huge deal. And then the big
Honestly, anti-cheat is important. It's vital, and it's good that they're thinking about it. But like, even cheaters aren't playing this game right now, so I don't know. Maybe not put the same resources in anti-cheat that you're gonna put them there. Get the base, but fix PC gaming first.
big one that has like a lot of vague topics in it, right? Which is the stable and high quality. It is a pernicious problem, and it's one of those things where you put your finger in the dam, and then another leak happens, right? And so, I will say that we just had a good driver update on PC that actually addressed one of our biggest crash bucket that we see with Infinite, and so that's great. But we need to make a lot more progress there, and it's not going to be at the speed people probably want. I know that's the way it's going to be because we have to get some stuff in the game to be able to like read it and make changes. But we know that that's an issue, and we've got to go after that stability. We've got to go after.
I sympathize with them there. My PC debugging is horrendous, especially when you get that one guy who's been complaining that like it should look shit on his Lenovo. But at the same time, it's kind of like how many people are actually playing on a Lenovo? How many people does it affect? If it's just not case, and computers get configured in so many different ways, so many GPU piece, CPU combinations. What type of RAM is it? What speed is the RAM running at? What configuration of Adrenaline do you have, or whatever the NVIDIA driver thing's called? There's just so many different combinations and permutations to try and debug, and trying to say, hey, this error only occurs here. Oh, it's because of this variable taking up this much. It's just hard, man. I feel for them there. It's always going to be slow trying to debug that.
Cheating. And then we've just got to improve the overall polish of the game so that the experience is where everybody here wants it to be, right? And what the players deserve. This is us trusting that sharing information like this is the right way to go. Just sharing it, what our priorities are. These priorities are driven by what we know is the right thing to do from a
This is okay, we get it that, you guys are pissed that we're not talking to you, so all right, here it is. We ain't got shit. We got a lot of shit to do. That's what it's come down to.
We have had to make the difficult decision not to ship campaign split screen co-op and take the resources that we would use on that and go after this.
Honestly, I'm not even mad at getting rid of split screen co-op. I mean, I feel like everyone these days, it's all online. I think split screen co-op had a time. I just feel like that time is gone.
This list and all these other things that we're going to talk about in just a sec.
Let's talk about what is on the horizon and what we can look forward to, starting with our update that's coming out on November 8th, which, safe to say, this is our biggest, most robust update since launch.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different than I think what players may be expecting. So, Sean, could you just...
Let's scale it back. You're not getting everything that we kind of said you might get, but you're still getting a lot.
What is it? What should we expect?
Yeah, again, I'll take a step back. When we were looking at how we could get to seasonality, we knew that if we tried to release season 3 on November 8th, when season 2 ends, that we would really negatively impact our ability to be consistent the way we want to at a high level.
Delays.
But
that's cool.
Like we saw that, but we also knew that we would be missing something for the community if we didn't release something great at that time.
We didn't finish everything we wanted to, and we know if we released it in the current state, it would be buggy as hell, and it would just be sad. So we're taking the buggy stuff out, and we're going to release what we do have that kind of works.
Kind of what we're calling no Spartan left behind. So
That's right.
The fact that your collectibles and your progression is shared. So pretty much like the lowest common denominator in your party.
You can carry your little cousin and brother who would never have been able to accomplish any of these things on their own. We're making this for them.
This game state will snap to them.
Hold on. I like Sketch's mug. Has his name right on it. I think that's his.
So that's a big ticket item. Obviously a long time in the making. Looking forward to getting that out. Now, I have to also say I'm incredibly excited about Forge.
Yes.
I mean, We're talking complete game changer here. I'm sure, like me, you've seen a lot of the stuff the community has unofficially already been doing with Forge over the last few months, and it is already blowing minds, safe to say.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that people have put so much love and time into this when they're not.
You know what'd be cool is if Microsoft like rewarded the big Forge stuff, like this really popular, really cool stuff that really pushing, like that Toy Story map, for instance, right? That stuff's gonna do numbers for the game. You need to be able to find a way to like crowdfund or fund, give those forgers, you know, a little bit of a kickback in some sort of way, and not just like acknowledging them. Hey, great map. I gotta make it, give them something that really, like Uber Eats them a bunch of food or something. I don't know. They should get some sort of thing that keeps them going.
Not even able to really save it. It's just incredible. So getting the Forge beta out November 8th, along with the winter update, huge priority. I mean,
another great upside of Forge, obviously you can make maps with it, and what better way to showcase that than 2 brand new maps that we've actually created internally using Forge.
That's right, Argyle and Detachment, both of which were built in the Forge toolset. Starting with Argyle, this is a larger footprint 4v4 arena map that's really meant to support stealthy play styles. It's got this cool cathedral ceiling.
Stealthy playstyles, aka campy, hide behind corners playstyles. I just want to put that.
Bases have these diving boards, and we have dual grapple shot spawns at each base. And the hope here is that we're really going to set up some fun, heroic super plays, some nice grapple shot swinging across the map. There are also dual sniper spawns to set up some really fun sniping battles. And although this might look a little bit like Epitaph from Halo 3, it's not a remake of Epitaph, though the Forerunner art style is a little bit similar. Detachment, our second map for the winter update, CTF really heavily influenced the design for this map. Contains a lot of really unique and emergent flag routes. We have a combination of a repulsor and a grapple shot spawn, and what that opens up is some really interesting routes that you really can't do just on foot. There's a teleporter in Detachment, I believe the first teleporter in a Halo Infinite map. Really adds some cool power plays and opens up other routes. And it's got an island in this map. We call it the Island of Power. It's where the power weapons spawn. It's accessible through gravity launchers and the teleporter, but it's really this hotly contested, really fun power point in the map. These are playing great. We're playtesting them a lot. They look beautiful. You can really see how well the new...
It does look pretty dope, not gonna lie.
And Sean, both these maps will be live in matchmaking. On November 8th.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive what we can do with Forge and what Forge is going to enable the community to do.
Well, if it's impressive what we can do, imagine what they can do. Right?
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be amazing.
So Joseph, I mean, the 2 new maps are going to be super exciting. The team's also got, I think, a new mode in the works as well, correct?
That's right. So for the winter update, we're going to drop a new mode called Covert One Flag. So Covert One Flag is based on traditional One Flag CTF modes, but we've got a twist. And what we're trying to do here is really embrace this fantasy, this play style of spies versus mercs. And what that means is that we have asymmetrical loadouts for both of the teams. The attacking team that's going after the flag has a loadout of pulse carbines, sidekicks, and unlimited active camo. And the defending team, they're fighting off the attackers, well, their loadout is commando rifles, energy swords, and unlimited threat sensors. It's super, super fun. This mode is round-based, so that gives each team a chance to both attack and defend, to
Halo's versions of like S&D, which is pretty cool.
score rounds and win. Yeah, it definitely has that spy infiltration against a hardened team of defenders vibe. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that we're able to ship it November 8th.
But to sort of become the main way that you're going to progress through something like a battle pass. And it is meant to reward you specifically for playing Halo the way you want to play it. So any mode you want to play.
Oh, we're getting the progression system, early progression system.
Wanted to say thank you to people because it matters a lot that people have stuck with us and we have such good fans. We wanted to say thank you, but we also didn't want to have people pay for a battle pass where we're figuring out how the match XP system is going to work.
Yeah.
Also, we want to move people. Our goal from the feedback is that.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty fair. You can't even be mad at that.
So I don't know if you said the date, but the date for season 3, it's going to be March 7th. And I like people to think of this season like our players.
Right, so March 7th, so we're at season 2. Season 2 was supposed to end at the end of like whatever, November. So what's that put us at? It's like I'm not doing the math in my head. So yeah, so it's gonna be season 2, then season 2.5 is a winter event, and then season 3. So I feel like that's how they should phrase it. Isn't that season 2 is gonna continue? We're at season 2.5.
They should think of this season as the beginning of what seasonality is. Like, we should start getting to that goal of 13-week seasons. Not saying that's a 13-week season, but I'm saying this is the beginning, right? What are we going to have from a content perspective? What are we going to have from a fixes perspective? What are we going to have from a narrative perspective? That sort of thing. That's what we want, right? This is going to have all of the meat on the bones there. But yeah, we're going to have a free and a paid track for a 100-tier battle pass. Again, we're going to use that tuning information we got from the previous, the winter update to make sure that we nail getting people moving through that battle pass quicker than they have in the past. So that's going to be a part of it. It's going to have some really cool customization content in there based off of the SPI armor core. And then we're going to have our events.
That looks really cool. Yeah, that element looks pretty dope.
We have some really cool fracture events. There's some really cool, and again, are free. There's some cool customization in there. We're going to have custom game browser, which is a huge win, something that we definitely need to support all the stuff that's going to be happening in Forge. We're going to have more robust player reporting too. I know that's the thing that might not be that exciting, but it's really important. Our players have asked for it, and it's one of those things that hey, we got to do this. So we're.
And this is in-game reporting.
In-game reporting, yeah. So that's going to be for season 3, yeah, and just super excited about being able to put this foot forward for the community.
Now, obviously, a season means content as well, not just beyond the cosmetics and the feature updates. We've got maps, we've got modes, we've got sandbox updates. Joseph, walk us through that.
Yeah, so we've got 2 new maps for season 3. We're not revealing the names of these maps yet.
So that's like 4 maps. We're getting 2 maps in September and then 2 maps in March.
What's the multiplayer team cooking up for season 3?
So for season 3, we're shipping 2 new modes, VIP and Escalation.
We also have some additions coming to Infinite Sandbox with season 3.
Yep, we're working.
So Escalation, that'd be the gun game VIP. I don't know what that is. I guess.
And then we have the Shroud screen. Think of the Shroud screen like a 26th century high-tech smoke screen. And the goal of the Shroud screen is to enable area denial. So what this means is it doesn't block grenades or projectiles. If you're inside the screen, you can't see out. If you're outside the
Grenades or projectile? What about plasma or electric?
screen, you can't see in. Players who are inside the Shroud screen do not show up at all on radar, even when they're firing. It comes with 2 charges off the equipment pad and can hold a maximum of 4 charges.
Yeah, I just wanted to express my gratitude to the players. You are some of the most dedicated fans and players that exist in gaming, and I am really excited for what we're going to be able to do for you the rest of this year and next year and beyond that. So just really, really grateful.
Yeah, and I'll just echo your thank you, Sean, and also say I'm fired up.
Echo. I'm going to echo. Next season calls Echoes Within. I got it, Joe. I got it.
I can't wait to see all of you jump into co-op, see some speed runs, have Forge just light up and all the creativity begin for real with the beta. It's just a really fun time. We're working hard and we can feel that momentum start to move and things start to accelerate. So thanks for your patience. It's going to be fun.
Speaking of fun, we got a lot of excitement on the horizon before November 8th in the winter update. For fans of competitive Halo, there's a lot of good HCS action to look forward to. In fact, this weekend, HCS event in Melbourne, Australia gets underway. Later
Yo, that actually looks pretty dope. I like how they're doing HCS in Australia, but like Australia has some of the worst like load times and play times. It's kind of like how competitive have people in Australia been able to actually get and train and practice for this.
Here in September, we've got the final event, North America in Orlando. And then, of course, that all culminates in the Halo World Championships here in Seattle in October. Be sure to follow at HCS on social. Head over to Halo Waypoint for more information, but it's going to be a tremendous conclusion of the season. And stay tuned to Halo Waypoint and Halo as well. We have a lot more to say and show about Forge in the weeks ahead, and a lot more to talk about for the winter update as we get closer to that release on November 8th. So, on behalf of the entire studio, thank you. Thank you for playing. Thank you for your feedback. We're really excited to turn this corner. Can't wait to kick off the winter update on November 8th. And we'll see you soon.
I mean, I'm not even mad at this. I think I think I'm not mad at this because we kind of expected this, right? Things are delayed. We're not going to be able to launch season 3 at the end of season 2, or I mean, obviously season 2 ends, you get season 3, but we're not going to start season 3 till March, which is delayed, I guess. But the whole winter update thing's pretty cool, and you're getting 2 new maps. A Forge beta, that's going to be dope, because once you get Forge beta, that's going to be enough, I think, to carry over, because it's just going to be a bunch of new game modes, and you'll be able to actually start playtesting all the maps everyone's making. Campaign network, that'll be okay-ish. I don't really care for that. Battle pass, you get more kings. That's cool. And yeah, I honestly, with bugs and stuff, they're always gonna just keep releasing fixes for those. So I hope they keep doing that. Let's just see how it goes, though. All right, thank you guys for watching. All right, man, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, this is my first video of this kind. I'm probably gonna try doing a few more when they do announcements and stuff, and try to get better at them. But appreciate y'all for watching. Like and subscribe to the video. Appreciate you. Peace.